Welcome back, guys, to another career mode video with Nick the Freeze. This time we're going to be doing the Austrian Grand Prix. Now, you may have noticed that I have skipped the Silverstone GP, and that's just because, to be honest with you guys, not much happened in the race to really be worth making a video over. So I'll just show you the results from that race anyway. As you can see, we came in P8 again for the second time in a row. And to be honest, with where our car is at right now, I think that's roughly the maximum of what we're going to be getting unless we get some lucky DNFs and stuff like that. So hopefully, maybe with some upgrades that have come through, we can get a bit higher up in the grid for the Austrian Grand Prix. The AI are usually pretty crazy there, so it'll be interesting to see that. But yeah, as you can see now, third slowest car on the grid, so we are moving up slightly, still have a few more upgrades to do, so I'm gonna go and do that, and then I'll see you guys for qualifying. All right then, guys, so here we are at qualifying for the Austrian Grand Prix. As you can see, it's raining in qualifying, so we're gonna have to get out as soon as we can and try and get some laps in. It's also apparently gonna be raining potentially in the sprint as well as the race, so yeah, it looks like it's gonna be starting with rain in the sprint potentially, and then the same with the race as well. Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty interesting weekend. Let's see what we can do in qualifying though. All right then, guys, here we go. It's raining absolute buckets here at the Red Bull Ring. We're gonna have to try and build up momentum as quickly as we can. We don't really have a lot of time to do that though, so we're gonna have to try and make every lap count here as we're about to start our first flying lap around this circuit in full wet conditions. Let's see what we can do. I don't really have the confidence to use the curbs right now, so I'm not going to, like how I usually would in the dry. Not too bad there. A little bit shaky on the exit, but that doesn't really matter as it's our first lap. Just trying to build that confidence as Lando does a 14.4. Going up to turn 3 now, you can still brake pretty late since it's uphill, and just try and carry as much speed as you can around there. You need to be super careful coming out of turn 3 though. It's a traction heavy zone, and considering that you barely have any grip coming out that corner, it could be easy to just spin the car. This time we have to brake a little bit early into turn 4 since it's downhill rather than uphill like turn 3. All right, come on, we've only got one more corner to go. Down into 4th gear for the final corner. Try not to run too wide. And as we cross the line, we're going to do a 15.6 or 3 tenths off of our teammate here. We need to be quicker. All right, there, guys, here we go. We've done a slow lap just to save up some ERS. And we're going to go for another flying lap here. This is our second flying lap on the same tires as we did before. Now, with 3 tenths off of our teammate, we're going to have to try and have a much quicker lap here. Not the best start to it. Or much better exit, I would say, out of the first corner than we did before. Roughly about 700ths up, which is not too bad. All right, it's just so hard to get the power down at that corner. We still made up time, but as you can see, there's just a lot of time that we could have made up if we had just got the traction right. Oh no! Oh man. We just couldn't keep the power down. We were losing time. I tried to keep the power down and the rear just got to me. All right. Well, we've only got 61% battery. We're going to have to try again on these same tires since we've only got two sets of full wets. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a horrible lap. I'm going to have to go back in the pits. Hopefully this wing gets fixed as quick as possible, and then yeah, just go out and hopefully we can get a better position than this. Yuki's doing so much better than us right now in the wet conditions. Okay, then at the moment we're still currently in P13. Yuki is, I think he's in P10. Again, I think he's only 3 tenths quicker than us. So if we can get a really good lap here, we can gain quite a few positions at this point. But as long as we can get some good exits out of the main corners, I think we'll be all right. As you can see there, oh my god, a 1/10.5. That's definitely the best exit we've had so far in qualifying. Let's see how we can do in turn 3. Oh, come on. It's so hard. You have to be so patient getting the power down. We were a lot more patient, and that has rewarded us. And now 3 tenths up, nearly 4 tenths. Oh, what a lap. That's an incredible lap from us. So much better, and we're still doing better. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold off and we're gonna go for another run. Hopefully the cars that are in the pits don't come out right in front of us, but we're gonna slow down, charge up our ERS, maybe even do one more lap around just so that we can secure a decent space on the track, and then go again for one final run the guys in the pits, they're probably going to come out soon. We're probably going to see some improvements from them as well. But let's see if we can maybe get a top 10 spot here. Very interesting. We're still the only ones out, along with Carlos Sainz, who's just gone in. All right, here comes some of the guys now. Need to try and be quick here. That was a much better exit from turn 1. Please don't get in our way, whoever that is, please. No! Oh, no. The rear just slid on us. Okay, well, as you can see, P13, pretty disappointing with that because I felt as if we still had quite a bit of time in that lap. As you saw, we gained like a 10th, maybe even a 10th and a half out of the first corner alone. So if we had managed to maintain that throughout the lap and maybe gain an extra half a tenth, that would have been roughly about 2 tenths, and we would have been starting in P11 at the moment. But yeah, as you can see, Esteban Ocon does have a five place grid penalty. Now I don't know if that's for the race or if that's for the sprint. Be interesting to see which one that's for. But if it's for the sprint, then we'll be starting in P12. So that's not too bad. I'll take that. But let's get straight into the sprint race and see if we can make up any positions, potentially even score some points as well. All right then, guys, here we go. We've got the sprint race here. Let's see what the grid is going to look like going into it. So starting in P1 for the grid, we have Charles Leclerc, followed by the world champion Max Verstappen. And then for P3 and 4 for the second row of the grid, we have Carlos Sainz, followed by Sergio Perez. Then we have the Mercedes of Russell and Lewis Hamilton, followed by Lando Norris and Pierre Gasly. Then we have Oscar Piastri with Esteban Ocon. We have Guan Yu Zhou with Nico Hulkenberg, followed by myself and Valtteri Bottas. Then we have K-Mag and my teammate Yuki Tsunoda, followed by Alexander Albon, and we have Fernando Alonso, and then Lance Stroll and Logan Sargent rounding off the grid for this sprint race in the Austrian Grand Prix. So let's get into it and see what we can do. All right then, guys. Well, as you can see, it's gonna start off dry and then finish with some wet condition racing here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make small changes to my wings and stuff. Hopefully that's enough to really give us the advantage in both conditions. I can only change certain things with the car, obviously, with Parc Ferme. So yeah, let me change those and then we can get this race started. All right then, guys, here we go. We have 3, we have 4, we have 5 red lights for this sprint race at Austria, and lights out, and away we go. Everyone seems to be starting on the medium tires here, getting a pretty bad start, to be honest with you. Oh my god, almost knocked into Bottas there. That was very close. So now we have my teammate behind me. I'm not gonna let him past, that's for sure. There's a bunch of guys right behind me, poised and ready to take some positions. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and do the same and take some positions. There's some yellow flags behind us. I think that's just because of how slow everyone's going into turn 3. And now here we are battling with Valtteri Bottas. We've got Esteban Ocon ahead as well. He was giving Bottas that slipstream. Not ideal, but we make the move stick. And there we go. We're up into P13. I was going to say positive, but it's not really a positive, is it? It's literally just... Oh my god, what's happening here with Ocon? Maybe we are going to gain a position on the first lap. We do. There's our net positive. We're up into P12 going into turn 1. What the hell is Ocon doing? He's just turning in on me. All right, then. Well, we don't have damage, but we did just see Hulkenberg and Zhou going for a little bit of a battle there. Gonna break a little bit later here. Is squeeze down the inside of Zhou. Is that what has worked? No, it hasn't worked. Just couldn't get the exit that we needed. There's some yellow flags. What's going on here? There's a car glowing slow. I'm not sure exactly who it is. Has someone spun maybe instead of... No, it's a VSC, and it's George Russell. George Russell is out of the sprint. That's a horrible start for Mercedes. And at the time of recording this, I'm literally recording this after the Australian GP as well. And pretty much the exact same thing happened to George Russell in real life. So it's not looking good for this weekend for Russell. Yeah, I lost my train of thought there. It looks like he actually might have had contact with Perez as well, because Perez has gone into the pits. I'm going to check my engine here. It's a little bit worn. I'm going to have to try and change that, maybe even for the race. Oh, here comes Esteban Ocon going into turn 1 pretty quick, as Nico Hulkenberg and Zhou were also going side by side into turn 1. They've been pretty compromised here. I think I might be able to even get them both. I'm going to try and brake a little bit earlier as well, so that I can definitely get DRS. We do. We go around the outside of Nico Hulkenberg. What a move. A double overtake into turn 3. And we're now up into P8. We are the last of the point scorers at the moment in this sprint race. What a double overtake. Well, I've just heard from Mark that the rain's going to be coming in 10 to 15 minutes. Now, considering we're only doing a sprint race right now, it looks like it's definitely not going to rain for this one. So I'm glad that I only went a few clicks up on my front, not tried to get a lot of downforce at the front for wet conditions, because it doesn't look like it's going to rain at all. Oh, one thing I actually did forget to tell you guys, between this episode and the previous one, I've actually downloaded a tire mod as well. I might download another one as well, which should make it a little bit more interesting. But it means that our tire wear is going to actually be even worse than it normally is. So as you can see, we've only done 8 laps on these mediums, and we're already in the 40% as well, which is pretty insane. But what that should allow for is 2-stop strategies, and hopefully that makes the race a little bit more interesting. Instead of just doing 1-stops all the time, I'll actually have to start thinking on my feet, as the guys ahead are battling, which is good for me because Esteban Ocon is catching, and he's catching very, very quickly. I'm not sure if this mod actually affects the AI as well. Hopefully it does, because I would like to see them do 2 stops as well. Oh my god, Ocon is almost in my DRS already. I'm gonna need Hamilton and Piastri to keep battling, which they are, side by side into turn 1. They've compromised the exit so much, it's allowed us to get inside the DRS of the both of them, and that's good. That might have just saved us here. If we can go for moves on them, that we don't necessarily need to worry about Esteban Ocon. Oh yeah, it definitely looks like it affects me more than the AI. I don't know, Esteban Ocon just seemed so rapid all of a sudden, and I think it's because his tire wear is just significantly better than ours. Once again, here he goes around the outside. He's gonna have significantly better grip. So I'm just going to try and place my car in the right positions, which we do. That has allowed the other two to escape us. But to be honest, I don't think I was going to get them anyway. Unless they go side by side into the last lap and one of them crashes out, I don't see us getting P7 and above. That's a pretty good exit from turn 1, but the DRS is just going to claw him back. We go defensive straight away. Esteban Ocon's going to go around the outside into turn 3. Let him see the long way around. There we go. Can we get a good exit here? No, just fighting the tires to try and get any sort of grip out of them. We're going to go defensive once again. He's going to go a long way around, but he has more grip coming out of this corner. Once again, we managed to defend from Esteban. We're going to keep this P8, it looks like. As Charles Leclerc takes the victory here at Austria for the sprint race, I should say. We're actually going to defend the P8 position and get ourselves a point from Esteban Ocon. What a defense, considering that our tire wear is just so much worse now. Okay, so yeah, we managed to defend from Esteban Ocon to keep that 1 point from the sprint. Not sure what happened there, but Pierre Gasly ended up having a 5-second penalty. I don't know where he finished on track, but he ends up in P6, so not ideal for him. Our teammate getting driver of the day finishes in P11. So yeah, this is gonna be the grid start, I think, for the actual race. Carlos Sainz had that 5 grid penalty applied. I don't think he did, which means he should be starting in P8. So maybe we start in P7. I'm not sure really how that works here, but let's see what happens. And if we start in P7, that's even better for us, really, going into the race. Oh, okay. Well, the weather's looking quite spicy here, so it's gonna start off wet. We are starting on the intermediate tires, and then it's gonna become dry, and then potentially go wet again towards the end of the race. So this should be a very, very interesting one here. I do have to mind my tires as well, just because of the new mod that we've got as well. So hopefully we can maybe plan things strategically, and maybe things can go our way with maybe a safety car or something like that. But yeah, let's get straight into this one and enjoy ourselves. All right, and guys, here we go. We have 3, we have 4, we have 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix here, starting in intermediate conditions, and lights out, and away we go. Not getting the best start here, but we do manage to defend our position. Okay, well, Alexa's apparently talking, interrupting me right now as we pass Hamilton. That's a great start from us so far. We've gotten past Lewis Hamilton. We've got Pierre Gasly up ahead as well, trying to make his own positions. We're going to try and squeeze the car through. Okay, that's not ideal. I had to get... Yeah, that's not ideal. We got distracted by Alexa there, which means we lost out on potentially getting a position from Oscar Piastri and Pierre Gasly. Now we're defending from Lewis, who goes around the outside. You know what? I'm going to blame Alexa for that one. So this is an anti-advert for Alexa. Don't get Alexa, guys. There we go. Okay, well, we're in the same position that we started. So not necessarily a net positive, but it's just a net equal right now, which I guess is better than a net negative. We do have our teammate behind us as well. We don't really want him to pass us, as Pierre Gasly and Lando Norris going side by side. Oh my God. Oscar Piastri. What's happening here? Massive mistake from the rookie. And yeah, that's some pretty big damage going on right now. That's a full course safety car. I can't believe what just happened there. It started off with, I believe, Pierre Gasly trying to go for the move on Lando Norris, and it ended up with Oscar Piastri out of the Grand Prix, or at least with severe damage. Okay, I'm seeing some patches of rain here and there, but to be honest, the track is looking like it's drying out. We might see the AI plus myself go into the pits on this lap. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure here. To be honest, it does look like it. I might go, oh, that wasn't expecting that. But yeah, I might actually go on the hard tires here. Yeah, it looks like the AI are thinking exactly what I'm thinking. They're going into the pits. I'm going into the pits too. And I'm going to go on the hard tires here. Not sure what tires they're going to go on to. Probably the mediums. No way. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, look how much time we've lost. All of that gain just for us to lose all of it in the pits. Yeah, it looks like Verstappen got the same treatment as me as we make the move back over Verstappen here. Not someone that we usually would be battling, but given the circumstances, find ourselves battling with him as the hard tires are still not firing up. And they probably won't for another lap or so, especially with the track temperatures being quite cold as well. So yeah, this is going to be a difficult stint, guys. A very, very difficult stint. Oh, there goes Pierre Gasly side by side with Fernando Alonso. Going into turn one. They go slow. Oh, Pierre Gasly gets clipped. He gets clipped. His line has been compromised. As we have so much more momentum going into turn three. We're going to try and brake as late as we can, going around the outside. We're going to go for a switchback here. Beautiful move from Nick de Vries. What a switchback into turn three. You love to see those kind of moves. Oh, Perez has gone for the soft compound of tires. Not sure what he's thinking there. But he's clearly going to have to stop again. As we brake late going into turn three. Go down the inside of Fernando Alonso. And there we go. We've got the moves done. Alexander Albon next on the mediums. He's 1.3 seconds away. Oh, Yuki is behind us as Verstappen and K-Mag currently going side by side. We check our new strategy. Lap 22 to pit for the mediums. We'll try and do that. As Verstappen is losing out quite a bit here compared to the others. Going side by side with K-Mag, but Albon's looking to go through as well. Trying to pick up on something here. But maybe Albon needs to worry a bit because it looks like we're going to try and make the move. Oh, we were looking for a bit of a switchback there, but it wasn't going to work. Albon put his car in the right places, and that's allowed Perez to go up the inside into turn 5. We tried to carry more speed. It's just not going to work with Perez on the sauce. I think we might just need to concede the position here. Maybe we should just let Perez cook on those tires. See what you can do. We're going to go up the inside into turn 9. It's a fast speed corner here. They're going to collide. They don't. Albon does give him the room. And I must say, this race has had some very, very good battles right now. I'm really, really enjoying this one. It looks like K-Mag trying to defend from Perez. Perez looks to be overtaking his teammate very soon as well. Quite a lot of cars here as Albon goes up to the left of K-Mag. I'm going to try and go up the right of K-Mag. We're going to go 3 wide into turn 3 as we have a little bit of a bump with K-Mag here, going quite slow. But we do pick up the traction better than Albon does. We're already into the 40% on the hard compounds. I'm going to look to try and sneak up the inside here of K-Mag. We do. And there we go. That's another move. Up into P11 now. Sergio Perez. Let's see him cook. Is he going to be able to pass Verstappen going into the final couple of corners? Doesn't look like he's going to pass his teammate going into turn 9 like he did with Alexander Albon. But he is looking to make the move. Verstappen holding him up. I see the rivalry between the Red Bull guys are as feisty as ever. They both go slow out of that corner. As oh my God, we've got even more racing going up ahead as well. This is incredible. Side by side, Verstappen and Perez into turn 3. They both leave each other the space and Perez gets through. Okay, there's a massive train up ahead. I'm actually surprised that we managed to catch up so much to the guys up ahead. Maybe this tire wear does affect the AI because I'm on the hards right now and I've got like 40%, which means if they're on the mediums, these guys are probably pushing like 60% already. Okay, Perez gets past Hamilton. I didn't even see that move happen. It happened so quickly. Verstappen, Hamilton, the rivalries, the 2 champions, the 2-time champion and the 7-time champion going side by side into the corner. He hits Verstappen. It allows us to go past. What is happening right now? There's so much happening. I can barely even commentate. Lewis looks to go defensive. We're going to go on the right-hand side. Perez battling with Russell. We also have Esteban Ocon as well. This is where we would have originally have been if we didn't get held up in the pits as much. I can't believe what's going on, guys. Oh, I'm going to try and send it. Oh my God, what's happened to Perez? He's gone wide. We tried to send it on Russell. We do. There's a little bit of a collision there. I think we were a little bit too far back, but we somehow made it work. I'm going to have to try and stay on these hards as long as physically possible because I need to be super, super quick on these mediums because I assume that these guys are going to go on hards if it doesn't rain enough. Oh, that's someone in the pits as Perez gets past Ocon. Who is it? I'm not entirely sure who it is. It's Charles Leclerc. It was the race leader, I believe, or at least in the top 3. Oh my God, what an exit. What an exit. We get past Norris, who's just come out of the pits on the hard tires. We get past Esteban Ocon as well. We're going side by side into turn 3. We brake later than him. Up the inside, and that's the move done. What's our tire we're at now? Currently at 60% on the rears. Lando Norris is going to be super quick on fresh hard. Sergio Perez for P2. I didn't even know Logan was up here. I'm guessing he just didn't get held up in the pits like a lot of us did. And he benefited from that a lot. Here comes Lando Norris now. Gonna go up the inside into turn 9. We'll leave him the space. Oh my God. Lando Norris crashes into Logan Sargent. He's got wing damage. He's got wing damage. Sergio Perez in P2. He's currently leading the Grand Prix as Nico Hülkenberg goes into the pits as well. Oh my God, Lando Norris has wing damage. We're going to have to be careful with him now because if he has wing damage, we don't want him understeering into us. So we're going to have to try and be on the inside line going into these corners. Here comes Lando. He's got the DRS. We've got more downforce in him though. And we use that to our advantage. We've also got DRS as well. Sergio Perez is currently leading this Grand Prix. I can't believe it. I don't know if Logan received the penalty for that. I don't think he would have since he was just going into the pits. He was taking the right line. Oh, Lando Norris is going to suffer heavy for that. He could have been on to either win or potentially even get on the podium here. But now that might not even be the case. And it's pretty severe wing damage as well. You can already see we're 1.2 seconds ahead of him. Oh, there's Sergio Perez going into the pits now. We're currently going to be leading the Grand Prix. Nick de Vries, already a race winner in this career mode series, is leading at Austria. Still need to pit one more time though. Okay, there we go. We're in the pits now, going on to the mediums. Let's see what we could do towards the end of this race. Hopefully we don't get held up by anyone this time. We don't. Where are we going to come out? Oh my God, it's going to be interesting. Where are we going to come out? Okay, we're going to come out behind George Russell. And there's Esteban Ocon behind us. Okay, well, the charge is on. Got 14 laps including this one. Oh, Verstappen, Hamilton going side by side into turn 1. They go slowly. George Russell gets compromised. Hamilton gets compromised. We're going to overtake both Mercedes. Verstappen doesn't have DRS either. Oh my God, what's going on? Oh, Lewis Hamilton. We left the space at the last minute. He's compromised our run. We're not going to be able to overtake Verstappen now. But my, oh my, what a race. I'm trying to make the most out of these mediums straight away. Because I just know that towards the end of this Grand Prix, they're going to be absolutely beat. We're already into the 15%. Oh, K-Mag is out of the Grand Prix. Is that going to be a safety car? I'm not entirely sure. If that was a safety car, I might have actually pit for a new set of fresh mediums. Because they would have definitely lost till the end. Currently at 37%. Oh, what's going on here? Looks like Perez is battling with Hülkenberg. He actually makes the move. George Russell is catching us up, and he's catching us up very quickly. There is a pretty big gap behind George Russell to Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. They're roughly about 5 seconds behind Russell. So we will probably get overtaken by Russell, but P5 will still be a very, very good result for us. I am going to try my best to defend though. I want this P4. I want to finish as high as I possibly can. If he gets around us, he gets around us, but we're not going to make it easy. I mean, we're so close to the podium, but I don't think we're going to get it. I think Hülkenberg is just a little bit too quick right now on those hards as our mediums start to slowly wear out. We didn't really have a good last sector there. The tires were just getting away from us. Try and show him the long way around it. Up into turn 3. Looks like he might even get past us before then. He doesn't. We'll show him the long way around. We defend and we get DRS. Let's go. We're up into the 68s now to defend from George Russell here. But still, P5. I think we can get it just as long as we don't get a puncture. There goes George, which is not going to be able to keep him behind. This might actually be the play here, trying to stick in the DRS of George Russell instead. That way we don't lose too much time to the guys behind. Verstappen 9 seconds behind us now. Massive, massive gap. I'm guessing a lot of them were battling. Oh, that was a horrible exit. We lose a ton of time. 74 on the rear left, and there we go, 75%. We're in puncture territory now. We can get a puncture at any time over the course of the next lap and a half. Okay, I'm not sure which Ferrari's just come out the pits. I think it's Charles Leclerc. I think he's gone for a fastest lap here, or trying to. I'm not sure why he'd pit for the final lap. Maybe he thought that he'd be able to get it. I don't know. But we're currently in the 80s now in terms of tire wear on the rear left. Oh my god. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Sergio Perez wins the Grand Prix. We've got a puncture. We have a puncture on our rear right here. We're going around the final corner. Oh my god. We are literally limping to the line. We've done it. It's a P5. Let's go. Oh my god. We got a puncture right at the end. Oh, that was scary. I can't believe that. George Russell, the driver of the day. Wow. What a Grand Prix. Wow. What a Grand Prix. So much happened there, especially towards the end. Around the final couple of corners, we had a puncture and we had to go so slow just to try and get the car across the line. But we managed to do it. We finished the race in P5, but overall for the race weekend, we finished in 6th place with 1 point in the sprint and 10 points in the actual race. Let's see what that does for the standings now. We are still in P6 at the moment with 95 points, almost 100 points for the team. This is incredible considering that Yuki Tsunoda only has a single point. He actually, oh my god, I can't believe it. Yuki Tsunoda finally has a point, which means I'm not the only person in AlphaTauri with points now. Yuki Tsunoda finally has a point. I have 95. Let's see what that does for the constructors. We've got 96 points. We are 9 points ahead of Alpine and almost 100 points behind Mercedes. Wow. What a Grand Prix. My head is absolutely gone. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button and I'll see you guys in the next video.